Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
It's that time of the year again, when Delhi dresses up in colourful clothes and arms itself with a multicolored flag and walks in the street in celebration of its sexual identity. Yes, I'm talking about the Pride Parade that's going to happen over the coming weekend. It's been a year, over a year actually, since the Supreme Court's landmark judgment that decriminalized homosexuality. But is that enough? The question is, how comfortable and accepted do these queer people feel in their own society? So to find this out, we decided to go and talk to some prominent activists and members of the queer community to find out how kind is the society to these square pegs in this largely round-hole society.
In my personal life, I have not actually seen any change, because if you see like the section 377 was majorly about AMAPs or men.
After the 377 has been abolished, I have the courage to just say it out aloud and probably just tell people, hey, there's nothing wrong about it.
Personally, it has not affected me so much because I was already out by the time the government decided that it's okay to be gay.
It has made us a little bit more braver than we used to be earlier.
I think what has happened post the decriminalization of homosexuality, that as a society we can no longer deny the existence of homosexuality in our culture and our country.
I also feel that all these public places like metro and cabs and local trains were always used to trans and queer folks traveling in them.
The day 377 was scrapped, a lot of people came out on national media right outside the Supreme Court, and these are very young kids, like a lot of millennials and Generation Z, who are like, okay, now I can tell my parents, or now this is okay and acceptable.
I spoke to my parents about it, and while they didn't fully understand the impact of it, they were kind of happy that a legal move sort of has been made in our favor. In our culture, we have a very strong idea of what a man should do and what a woman should do.
I can't even dare to imagine to wear something which is unconventional to their ideology.
There have been a societal acceptance to at least homosexuality, if not transsexuality.
It's not a one-time thing. Like, you know, you come out to your friends and then you come out to your family, and then every time you meet someone, you come out. I mean, it's something that you do lifelong.
Understand that many people still can't come out even though it has been decriminalized, because the attitudes of society still have not changed.
It is relative privileges of either being a documented citizen or being fluent in certain languages that has allowed me to access these spaces, but systematically there is absolutely no effort to have queer people or queer voices in public institutions.
I don't know how accepting my profession would be of a gender non-conforming person or a trans person, but for a gay man or I think a lesbian woman, they are pretty cool with that.
I was actually discriminated against. That was only because I was too masculine and I walked with my legs open.
One can also come and say कि आप मतलब XYZ जो भी आपका जो typical explicitives है queer लोगों के लिए, from that to sexual assault to physical battery, that's the worst end of it.
How comfortable is someone from the community to walk into a police station and file a complaint? I still think it's very hard, because I still have people coming to me and I have to accompany them very often.
Even though like 377 was taken care of, a lot of people I know have gone through harassment, specifically from the trans community, by the police itself, for not even doing anything, just existing.
That change is a very slow process, and it will happen. It has not happened to the extent that we want to see it happen.
A lot of people don't actually want to change. They don't think that, taking into consideration the fact that queerness has been a part of Indian culture for a very long time.
The biggest contribution is being yourself.
Yeah.
Like, living your life in a way that it itself is a rebellion.
There is practically no information about it in the rural areas of India. or even in tier 2, tier 3 cities.
To have an anti-discriminatory law for non-normative folks, to have affirmative action in terms of education and health.
Police training curriculum, doctors training curriculums, nurses, teachers, all these professional bodies, wherever training happens, it must include LGBTQI issues. Because without that, I don't think we're going to be able to bring about change, the kind of change that many of us want to see.
The queer community may have the law on their side, but we as a society are still steps behind from being all-inclusive. Until that happens, well, every single day is a struggle for the queer community. This is Soniya Agrawal for ThePrint. And for more such videos, please subscribe to ThePrint's YouTube channel.